Data is all around us, and now there are evil laws in place that make it more difficult than ever. You need a safe place to hide. So, Websand is proud to present GDPR Corner.
Right, so it's Saul Gowns here. You can see this from my LinkedIn profile. I was just about to update it and add some GDPR creds to my profile when I saw this little box appeared talking about settings. So I thought it might be interesting to have a look and talk through what these settings actually mean. Might be useful because you good folk watching this need to know about this stuff. So let's delve into LinkedIn. So firstly, we'll start with my account. So typical stuff that you'll see. I think they've done a very good job in terms of making this transparent, but you obviously need to know what it is that you're doing. So first thing, email addresses. I'm not going to open this, but you'll notice I've got 3 email addresses on here. I did have 5. I've took 2 out. That's worth checking to see how many email addresses you actually have logged against your account. Phone numbers, you can add phone numbers, change your password when you're signed in, so you can see how many active sessions you've got. I've got 2 at the moment. 2-step verification, which I'm just about to put on after I finish recording this, which you should always turn on wherever you get the chance. You can define your language, autoplay if you wish, showing profile photographs. Let's see what this allows us to do. Fine, I'll see photos of everybody. Feed preferences, you can change what you want to see in your feed. Oh boy, this is going to take a while. Ugh. I'll go out of here. Yours will be similar, I imagine. Name, location, industry, so you can change how you want to appear for other people. Again, this is the thing I was going to update later on, so I will do that later on. I'm going to bore everybody to death now. Okay, so it's obviously trying to sell you stuff here, subscriptions and payments. Now it starts getting interesting. Partners and services. So you may or may not have already linked your Microsoft accounts to LinkedIn, because Microsoft now owns LinkedIn. So that's something to be aware of. Permitted services. So these are services I've linked up to allow data sharing. This is probably stuff that you've forgotten about, so it's worth having a look. So reportive, no idea, can't remember them. They've gone. I'll keep the rest as is. Worth checking. Twitter settings, so how you can link your Twitter and your LinkedIn. So that's already connected, so I'm fine with that. If you've got more than one LinkedIn account, you can merge them here. If you want to close it, then this is where you do it. But this is only part of the story, 1 quarter in. Let's have a look at privacy. So you can edit your public profile to see how people want to see it. Who can see your email address? So you can define who you want to be able to see it. So that's worth checking. I'm not sure what the default is on that. Mine's been set at 1st degree, but I can't remember if I've ever changed that in the past. Who can see your connections? You can change that there. So my connections can see my connections, fair enough. You can list whether or not you want to see who has viewed your profile and a ton of other ones. You can take your last name out. Representing your organization and interests. Basically, you can decide how you want that to appear. Profile visibility of LinkedIn. Should we show information from your profile to users of permitted services such as Outlook? I'm going to say yes, but it sounds a bit dodgy. Work experience can be shown in Resume Assistant, a feature within. Don't even know what that is, so I'm going to turn that off. How others, so choose whether you're visible or viewing in private mode. So I've got my full profile set there. Active status, so people can see if you're on LinkedIn or not. Leave that as is. Sharing profiles, notifying those connections when they're in the news. Obviously, I want that because everybody does. Mentions by others, can people mention you or not? You may not be aware these settings actually exist, so it's worth having a look. Now about how LinkedIn uses the data. so you can review the data that you provided and make changes. If I click through that, it's going to open up a right can of worms. Ugh. That's fine. It's just the history of what I've just been doing. So that's okay. I can download my data if I really want to scare myself. This is where it gets really interesting. So if someone has your email address, can they discover your profile? So it's preset to everybody, and I'm going to put that to second degree connections. Interestingly, they're pretty dodgy options. So either everybody, second degree connections who are not, you cannot connected to anyway, or nobody. I'll leave it as that. Who can discover from your phone number? Change that. Nobody. Sync contacts. Manage your sync contacts to connect with people you know from your address book. This is where the Microsoft stuff's really kicking in. I don't want that to be the case. Dearie me. I'm going to remove all. Oh, that's pretty rubbish. I'll come back to that. We'll do another video on that one. Sync calendar, salary data, if you want to put that in. You may have already put it in. You might have forgotten you have. Search history. So see what was going on. Social, economic, and work. What? In other words, can people use your data for third-party research? No. I want to know if you're doing that. Job seeking preferences. Let recruiters know you're open to opportunities. I've spoken with few recruitment people and they were not sure how to use LinkedIn. I guess this is going to be their magic button. Yes, I do want opportunities, or no, I don't. I guess the default is yes. So let's change that. Share my profile. No. Stored job applicant accounts. I've not got anything to do with that. So taking off the job seeking options. I'll keep the investors happy. Little joke there. Blocking and hiding. Followers, blocking, unfollowed. Everybody can see everything on there. That's how it's default. That's kind of the point of LinkedIn, so I'm all right with that. Ads. Insights on websites you visited. I'm going to change that. Nope, I don't want you to do that. Ads beyond LinkedIn. No. Perhaps you weren't aware that this was going on. Profile data for ad personalization. Control how certain ads appear to you. No. Interest categories. See more relevant promote jobs. Connections. Get jobs and ads based on your connections. Location. Oh, there's a preference there. They're letting me know. Location. Jobs based. This is all job based stuff. Demographic. Companies I follow. Groups. Education. Job information and employer. These are all things that you can play with to turn off or on, depending on what you need. Third-party data, see more relevant promote jobs and ads based on consent given to businesses. Now, this is asking the same stuff they were asking earlier, so this is a bit naughty. No. If you provided consent directly to a business, can LinkedIn rely on it to show you promoted jobs? How are they going to know? Oh boy, a right hornet's nest this. I'd strongly urge everybody to have a look at their settings on this. Can LinkedIn use information or actions you took off LinkedIn, like applying to a job in response to ads? This is you being tracked without you realize you're being tracked. So let's turn that off. Right, so I'm closing on the options that people have from an advertising perspective, specifically recruitment people. But that means where I have said yes, and where people have said yes, recruitment people, this should be gold for you. It means you're hassling, well, it means you're not hassling people. It means you're talking to people that want to receive job opportunities. Notifications, yeah. Email frequency, okay. Who can send me invitations? Anyone can, that's fine. Oh, I might change that. No, that's fine. It's a point of LinkedIn. Messages from members and partners. Ooh, Allow others to send you email. Okay. Maybe. Allow LinkedIn partners to show you sponsored in-mail. So that's sponsored in-mail, people targeting you through LinkedIn using LinkedIn's marketing partners. I don't know who the marketing partners are. Now, I can't turn off receiving messages from first-degree connections, but you can block individual people if you like. But I guess you don't want them to be a first-degree connection anyway. But everyone knows somebody that likes to target you. So I'm going to close out and see what happens. Read receipts. I don't want to read receipts. Turn that off. I suppose it's useful to know if somebody's read something. I'll keep that on. Messaging, see if you want recommended replies. Oh, everyone accidentally presses the wrong button, so that's going off. Group invitations, yes. Participate in research. Whether you'd like to receive invitations to participate on research in LinkedIn. No. All right. So I've gone through and changed something. I think the key thing there is if you don't want to receive messages from people using sponsored messages on InMail, then the way to do that is messages from members and partners. So that will stop people clogging up your inbox that you don't want to hear from. Now, bear in mind, if you are using sponsored in-mails, that's going to reduce the volume of people that you can contact. So that's a quick walkthrough in terms of all the fun and games within LinkedIn. Hope that's useful. Thank you very much. I'm Saul from Websand. You can contact me on LinkedIn, potentially.